You are listening to The Harboring Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. So, all of my links will be provided for you in this episode. And also, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to either email me or follow me, make comments on Substack. Be greatly appreciated. So, I'm briefly going to list some of the podcast platforms that I'm on, and I'm working on the goal to be able to be available on all of the podcast platforms. So, Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, just to name a few. So this episode is all about Hotel California and the urban legends and myths behind it. And fan theories too. Let's get into it. Alright, so according to Wide Open Country, which is a source that I will provide for you on Substack, it claims that there is a urban legend that tells a different story of Hotel California backwards. So, Hotel California was the title track of the Eagles' hit of their 1976 album. And it sounds creepy with a sinister is alleged song secret in it. So one particular eerie fan interpretation of the possibly vague song correctly notes that Anton LaVey started his Church of Satan in San Francisco, California hotel in '69. LaVey's story has been shoehorned into the lyrics, and there's supposedly more praise for his teaching if you play the song backwards. Some even insist that LaVey can be seen in the album's gatefold image, though it looks more like a woman's watching over the Eagles and crew's photo shoot. Before examining the lyrical intentions of songwriter Don Fiedel and Don Henley and Glenn Frey, here we go. It gets into the breaking down of what this all means. So, like many things in rock music, backmasking began with the Beatles. And this whole aspect, and I'll talk about this in greater detail of the origins and reasons of where that comes from, what the urban legends and aspects of the origin of if you play a record backwards, you're certain to hear some sort of satanic message in it. And I remember hearing stuff like this with the Beatles. If you play particular songs backwards, that you would hear some kind of occult music or occult message language behind it. So it's bizarre, but that's something as part of the intrigue of the influence of music in society. So the Beatles, John Lennon and producer George Martin snuck behind hidden messages into at least 3 songs of 1976 Revolver, Tomorrow Never Knows, I'm Only Sleeping, and Rain. This creative wrinkle could later fuel rumors that some later Beatles song, mainly Revolution 9 and its Turn Me On, Dead Man Surprise, contained backward messages about Paul McCartney's death and a subsequent cover-up. As rock got heavier in the 70s, Paul is Dead hysteria gave way to rumors of subliminal messages from the pits of hell. Stories of Led Zeppelin's 1971 song, Stairway to Heaven, hiding something satanic, Here's to My Sweet Satan, became prevalent, even though Swan Song Records issued the statement, our turntables only play in one direction, forwards. Accusations of satanic messages were also in the likes of Queen. When played backwards, Another One Bites the Dust becomes gibberish that halfway resembles It's Fun to Smoke Marijuana. And such classic rock radio stays as Cheap Trick, Gonna Raise Hell, Electric Light Orchestra, ELO for short, El Dorado, Fire on High, Styx, Snowblind, Pink Floyd, Empty Spaces, and in case that is a bit litigious, Judas Priest, Better By You, Better Than Me. In the 80s, the satanic panic that targeted Dungeons & Dragons, plus the rise of the PMRC and certain heavy metal bands, not so secret obsession with Satanism, as if Slayer's Hell Awaits needed backwards massing to get his points across. Keep the controversy alive at this point in the back masking timeline. What had happened interpreted as a few acts with bad intentions or harmful of sonic consequences was treated like a music industry riot plot to lead all teenagers astray. And during the time, me being a fan of history, when Linda Gore, I believe, Tripper Gore. So she going on the bandwagon of the corruption and the problems with rock. It is seeping into the decay and the deviancy of our youth. This must be taken seriously, and it's one of those things. It's kind of, you gotta give people more credit than where credit is due, and you gotta look at things with a broader lens instead of, a surface level sort of look toward blaming, and really get to the source of the matter. What is the psychological aspect of the home life and all? There's so many things that go into the reasons why people do the things that they do, particularly youth, when it comes to crime and violence. So if there's a cynical tone to all of that, it's because compelling fans ruin records by playing them backwards hardly makes sense as a game played to convert the masses of Satanism. But here we go with the Eagles rumors. So, rumors about hidden messages in Hotel California still hinder some potential listeners and embrace the Eagles, but not as much as that of the quote of the Big Lebowski. Fiedler, who plays that seamless solo at the end of the song with fellow guitarist Joe Walsh, also describes the allure of Hollywood when talking about the song's meaning. Nobody in the band was from California, Fiedler told Music Radar. Bernie was originally from San Diego, but he wasn't in the band at that point. So everybody had driven to Los Angeles on what used to be Route 66. And as you drive and through the desert at night, you can see the glow of Los Angeles from 100 miles away. The closer and closer you get, you start seeing all these images and these things ponder into your heads. The stars on the Hollywood Boulevard, movie stars, palm trees, beaches, and girls in bikinis. None of that sounds like a ringing endorsement of sin. Plus, this loss of innocence described by Henley surely had more to do with Vietnam and Watergate than Levy. Vince Gill would hang out with a group that sabotage our subconscious minds with such half-cooked lines as, yes, Satan organized his own religion. The supposed backward messaging and hidden lyrics wake you up in the middle of the night is succinct to these urban legends and rumors. Alright, so here are some brief facts about the Eagles' Hotel California. Glenn Frey was the mastermind behind the song's lyrics. The late Glenn Frey penned the lyrics for the hit song along with band members Don Henley and Don Fielder. The song is about access in America. While there have been many theories that complicated what the song represents, the Eagles band members have revealed in multiple interviews that the true meaning behind Hotel California is a commentary on the hedonism and self-indulgence of America. It's basically a song about the dark underbelly of the American dream and about access in America, which is something we knew a lot about, Henley said in a 2002 interview with 60 Minutes. In 2005, Henley further explained the meaning of the song to Rolling Stone magazine, which placed Hotel California at number 49 on its list of 500 greatest songs of all time. We were all middle-class kids from the Midwest, Henley said. Hotel California was our interpretation of the high life in L.A. Hotel California originally had a different name. According to journalist turned director Cameron Crowe, Hotel California was almost named something entirely different. In 2003, Crow revealed in conversations with Don Henley and Glenn Frey, which was a part of the linear note of the Eagles' Humplication album, the very best of that Hotel California was originally going to be titled Mexican Reggae. Hotel California was declared a song that shaped rock and roll. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio named Hotel California as one of the songs that shaped rock and roll. The Eagles were introduced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1998, and all 7 former and present members of the group Hotel California were together on stage. Lastly, there is a playful nod to the band Steely Dan in the song. The line that stabbed it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast, is a playful jab at rock band Steely Dan. Frey revealed in the liner notes of the very best of that they allude to the Do It Again rock band in Hotel California after Steely Dan made an Eagles reference in their song Everything You Did. Okay, so this reaches the end of the Harboring Light. Tune in, turn up, and definitely take care. And of course, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to me either email, Substack, or locals. Be greatly appreciated. Take care.